I supposed to look at the camera?
Look at the camera.
Okay. Going first.
Let's have Jillian go first.
All right. I'm Jillian Horn. I'm 17 and I've been dancing for 15 years.
I'm Katie Holtering. I'm 16 and I've been dancing for 13 years.
I'm Robin. This is my second year at LA Dance, and I've been dancing for a really long time and teaching ballet for a really long time. So yeah, there you go. That's who we are.
Personally, a personal challenge for me was trying to make Dinah like a more relatable character. Just because it's a house cat, and there's not much that a cat can do. So I tried to add a little bit more personality to her character and making her a little bit more quirky and rambunctious.
Which you have successfully.
Yes.
For me, the most challenging was probably putting all the scenes together and figuring out how I feel towards all these random characters that are really, some are weird, they're all weird, but some are mean, some are nice, some like me, some don't.
I think the most rewarding thing for me, like I said, this is only my second year with LA Dance, but I wanted to do something that pulled all the classes together in more of a, this is one thing that we're working on together, as opposed to this class is doing this dance and this class is doing this dance and kind of separate. I wanted to pull everyone together as a team, like a unified performance that spoke to one story. And I've seen that happen. So there's a lot of overlap now. This class is also dancing with this class, and the characters are interacting with one another. It's been very challenging because of that, but it's also been very rewarding to see everyone come together working towards a common goal. It's been different in that regard because in the past it's been more segregated. We're just working towards our own thing, and then at the very end we just put it all on stage. There's been a lot more integrating of the classes.
I'd say this is different because instead of like the teacher choosing a song and trying to find a story through that song to show to the audience, the storyline's already made up for you, and now it's just like taking into the matter of like making each character your own and unique and trying to show the audience like how your story of Alice is your own.
I think going along with that, like we've had like kind of like a casting for the June recital when we do our big jazz dance, but this is the first time we've really done it for ballet, and I think that's really fun for me personally because I don't know, I've just never really gotten to play like a character constantly throughout a show, so I think that'll be a lot of fun. It'll be kind of challenging, but it's fun to kind of get to work on the characteristics and everything.
The biggest difference is that it is a cohesive story that even though we took Alice in Wonderland, and it's a story that is already made that most people know, I took it and I tailored it to the dancers that we have. So I took the whole story and I just kind of like hashed it out and figured out, okay, these are the dancers we have, this is how much stage time I want each dancer to have, and these are all the characters in this story, but I only have this many dancers to work with. So I took it and I kind of mixed it all together and put all the dancers into the mix, and I really molded the story for these particular dancers, and that is not something that's happened at LA Dance before. It's very much been, this is kind of our theme, and so we're going to do this song from this show and this song from this movie to kind of keep it within a loose theme, but this is very much a story ballet. We are presenting the story of Alice in Wonderland. They have been cast as characters, and so it's much more of a you go and you experience Alice in Wonderland and all the magic and wonder that is in that story. When we were having the conversation what we wanted to do this year, it was just kind of tossed out there. We talked about lots of things. We talked about Peter Pan, and we talked about Mary Poppins and The Little Mermaid. We threw out all these different stories that we knew, most people knew, because we wanted it to be something people would immediately recognize. And we also knew that we needed a story with many different individual characters, because that was one thing we really wanted to do. We didn't want just everyone being trees or everyone being the ocean. We wanted individual characters that the students could actually take and make their own, like Dinah and Alice and the Queen of Hearts and the White Rabbit and the Cheshire Cat. And so Alice in Wonderland was just thrown in the mix, and it seemed to fit our needs the best. And so yeah, that's how we went about choosing it. It has a really nice pace to it. It's not very long. It's about an hour. And because of all the characters in Alice in Wonderland, there's a lot of visually appealing things. You know, you have the caterpillar and all the cards. We have our little dance team. We have 8 dancers on the dance team, and they're the cards, Court of Ballet. So they create like the bulk of the ballet, and they've got these cute little tutus with their playing cards all over them. So it's very visually appealing, and we just kind of hop from one character to the next, and there's no time to just wait for the next part to happen. It really does keep rolling along, just like in Alice in Wonderland. She never really gets stuck on one character much. They kind of come in and then suddenly they're gone, and then it's on to the next one. So it's got a great pace to it. It will be excellent for younger kids who, you know, they just can't sit still for very long, because it just keeps going quickly. And it highlights all the dancers really well. No one really gets lost in the shuffle of the cards.
You're gonna want to bring your binoculars. You're gonna want to bring some coffee, because you're not gonna
You
want
might
to
want to
sleep
bring some
through it.
tissues, because it gets
Oh,
sad
yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, I
Alice is
even get
crying.
sad. I want to run out and hug Katie sometimes.
And it's a little
sad.
terrifying with the Queen of Hearts chopping off everyone's
Oh.
heads.
Don't bring her.